Well, thank you, Mark Barber, the city manager with City of Adel, for joining us on the very first episode of It's All About Adel.
And it is all about Adel, and it's exciting to be here, and we're trying to do a lot of things different, a little bit differently than we have in the past, just so we can start to bring some of what we're doing here in Adel so the citizens know about it. So this is a great start.
What does a day in the life look for you?
Well, there's no, you can make many plans, but very rarely do I make a plan for the next day and I actually get to stay to that calendar because things come up. And I think that makes it exciting. I've done this now for I'm pushing 40 years of not always being a city manager, but at least 15 of that being a city manager now. And it's exciting, it's a challenge. You just, employee problems, employee issues. When you're a full utility city, such as we are, you're always going to have a water pipe that needs looking at, or, for example, this past year with the hurricane, it affected everything. So you just got to be prepared for all that. And, you try to handle that and prioritize. There's a lot of organizational skills that's necessary so you can meet all the demands. Because I really do have an open door policy. And I know a lot of folks say that, but I do really mean it. That goes for our employees as well as citizens. I want citizens to come. I want citizens to come by and see me and ask those questions so they can get the right answers and understand really how their local government works. And that's always been an exciting part of my job, is talking with folks and just getting out there and letting them know what we do.
I know as a city manager, sometimes you can have tough times, tough days. How did you get into public service and what led you to become a city manager?
Well, public service, to be quite honest with you, is not something I ever thought about. When I was in college, my goal was to have that jet set life and work at a Fortune 500 company or something very similar in their corporate offices. I was fortunate, I was blessed, I was able to do that. And about 3 or 4 years into it, living out of a suitcase and not being home, and I just got married and I had a little baby, and I just needed to stay home a little more. And there just happened to be an ad in the paper when I was visiting my parents one weekend in Valdosta, and they had a job opening for the City of Adel as an accountant. And I'm like, I may try this. I had never thought about it. So that was in 1988, and I've been in local government since that time. Just really began to love it. I realized that I could make an impact in my community, or whatever community I might be in. And I didn't have to be an elected official to do that. That's really not anything I'm interested in. But as even not being the city manager, you can make an impact in your community. So I've just stuck with it, retired from the City of Adel after 36 years, and here I go again, starting over.
And then what is the best way for our residents to get involved with the city?
We have many ways for folks to get involved. And if you just want to come by and speak to me and come by, stop by my office, I love to have conversations about what the city's doing and have dialogue and just understand maybe where something I haven't thought about that you've thought about, and it makes a lot of sense. So let's work together. I mean, there's different authorities that a citizen can participate in. Come to council meetings. They're twice a month, and they're usually not too long. Come to those meetings and ask me questions there if you'd like to. So there's a lot of ways to be involved. And that's one thing we're really working on, because I do think that's one thing we are lacking is citizen involvement and community engagement. As a matter of fact, when our community development director left the city, we changed that title to that department to community engagement to do exactly that. Let's start engaging our citizens with our government. I think everything will be a lot better for all of us.
What do you wish people understood better about the city?
Well, I just think one thing people don't understand is just the actual inner workings of the city. And I'm not saying someone needs to learn every little bit, but there's just some idiosyncrasies with a local government that folks really just don't understand. And I think that's one thing by having conversations. One thing I would like to do that I told council when I interviewed, I've just not had the opportunity. I'd like to take our show on the road, so to speak, and just in different areas of the community, have a little town hall meeting, let you ask questions, or let me talk about projects that we have coming on board, and get the citizens' input. So That's something we're really working hard to get participation with our citizens.
Well, that leads to my next question. Are there any upcoming development projects or infrastructure changes that residents should be excited or even concerned about?
Well, so much of infrastructure is underground. So if it's underground, it's kind of, you don't pay attention to it because you don't see it. But it's very important, as we all know, number one, to attract industrial growth, to attract new residents to our community. You've got to be prepared for that growth. We want the growth, but it's got to be phased in, and you got to be prepared when it happens, because we are growing rapidly.
Yes.
City of Adel is making a lot of lists around around the nation now that we weren't making before. Folks are interested in us. We may always not get that retail establishment or industrial prospect here, but at least we're making the list and we're getting attention of folks. And we've got so much going for us here. Yep. One of the things Adel truly has going for it, and the community should be excited about, is number one, we are a interstate community. I-75 running through our interchanges here bring tremendous growth and tremendous sales volume to our community. Look at exit 39 right now, everything that's going on there. I realize there's a lot of gas stations and convenience things, but that's what attracts sometimes. But usually when you start getting those, the other bigger things follow. So that's really exciting. We've got the Alabama Road on the interchange out there now, where we've got a new apartment complex going in, and that will spark other development out there. And then exit 37, I foresee the same growth happening there on that interchange. So that's really exciting. And being an interstate community, it just has its advantages. It attracts industrial growth, residential growth, and they kind of both go hand in hand. So folks should really be excited about that. We're sandwiched in between Valdosta and Tifton.
Mm-hmm.
And I've made this joke a lot of times. The best part of any sandwich is the middle. And here's Adel. Here we are right in the middle. So we're beginning to see that growth. We're congruent with an MSA. We're not part of that MSA. So folks looking at us to bring industry, retail here. We may not have the population here in Cook County, but guess what? We have it. We got it in the MSA. We've got it from Tift County, Colquitt County. So we're in a good place.
If you had a magic wand, what's one thing you would change about the city tomorrow?
Well, that's a tough question. Brandy narrowed that down to one. But I think I've been here 2.5 years now. Very familiar with it, but it takes time. And I think one thing, if I could do, because sometimes working with grants and things of that nature, you got to have patience. But so if I had a magic wand today and could use it, it would be used to improve the quality of life in all areas for the citizens of Adel.
What is the best way for people to follow the city's work and updates to stay connected? You had mentioned our Facebook and our website, and then now we've got It's All About Adel. What's the best way to stay connected?
Well, as I talked about earlier, Brandy, all the different social media platforms that we have, we've expanded so much in the last few years in an effort to exactly what you're talking about. So folks know what's going on in their community. They need to know what's going on because we need those folks to help us. I tell folks this many times, we can't do everything by ourselves. We have got to have help. And if you don't know what's going on, then you can't help and pitch in. So we've got all the differing platforms out there for folks, whatever their preference is. I think we have it. If you've got ideas, if a citizen has an idea for another platform, please let us know and we'll look at it. Because again, that's one of our major goals, is to get our citizens more involved with what's going on in their own community.
Absolutely. And whenever there is a holiday, we post it on the Facebook page, we post it on the website, and we also put an ad in the newspaper. And you can always call the city hall and they will tell you about the trash pickup schedule. If our electric department needs to shut the power down for a second because you were talking about the infrastructure coming, they will keep us updated, and then we will immediately put it on Facebook and the website.
And that's one of the exciting things about the new website. Again, please go out there and look at it if you have not had that opportunity, is that it will be updated real time.
Okay.
In the past, our other website, it was a website designer that was out of town. It served its purpose when it was started, but you'd have to email what's going on. So like you said, if we had a water pipe burst and we had to shut down a road, we had no way immediately to put out there, take a different route. Because you'd have to wait, and it wouldn't maybe get posted for a day or two. So this is really exciting that we can be up to date real time with things going on. And with us, with the hurricane and the weather situations we've been in the last few years, that's going to prove vitally important so we can provide citizens real time updates. Johnny West does a good job with EMA, but we can do our part too and help sharing that information he's disseminating where we have not had that opportunity in the past. So it's about preparedness, getting our citizens prepared for disaster. It's for communication, asking for your input. We're going to put some surveys out there, what you like, what you don't like. So it's going to be well utilized.
Absolutely. And our website is cityofadelga.gov, and our Facebook is City of Adel, where extraordinary blossoms. Thank you so much, Mark, for joining us today and getting this new program that we're getting started out for our community. We really, really appreciate it for you taking the time to sit down with us today.
Well, Brandon, I certainly have enjoyed it. Again, another one of our projects we're testing to see how it goes, if our citizens like this, and I appreciate the opportunity to get on here and speak. And I think it's titled appropriately, It's All About Adel.